Alright guys, hello and welcome back to another episode of Muv Luv Alternative. Last time, we got the new TSFs, new Shira Newies that we're gonna try out in this training thing. I think it's gonna be like a team battle, like our squad versus like the older people from our new squad. And we made the rabbit, I think? I don't know. We'll have to see the result probably after this whole training thing, so let's just get right into it. Let's get a replay here. Yeah, and our squad's trying to be using the new ones, borrowing the older squad mates ones, but they use like, I don't know, Fubutis maybe. So we definitely have the weapon advantage at least, but they obviously have a lot more experience, so who knows how this is gonna go. I feel like we're gonna lose. Or who knows, maybe we won't even see we won't even see the session. Could happen again, like the hive simulation. Wait. Oh, no. Okay. Just read that wrong. So it is a real mock battle. Wow, Lieutenant Hayase is really getting into this. Don't underestimate us, man. You don't know? You think a Storm Vanguard one would be a little more mature. They don't know. Only Maya knows. And us. Oh, the captain's fighting too. We might be cooked. Wait, so the other TSF senses we're talking about were Geki Shins. Okay, so that's lower than Fubuki's, right? If I'm remembering right, that's like the training model, then Fubuki's, then Shiranui's. Thought they'd at least be using Eagles or something. I don't even... Aren't Eagles American? Or am I crazy? Oh, they didn't even know. Okay, they didn't even catch that. I thought that was just our squad. Ooh, now they're sweating a little bit. Except for her, she's vibing. This is kinda like even ground, since they're probably better than us, right? Hey. Huh? Yeah, she has it out for me already. Apparently we popped off yesterday. Off screen. Yo! I did call that. Didn't I say that we would probably like make it to the middle strata, but we wouldn't like obviously clear the hive? Not bad. That's what I said, man. We're no pushovers. We got experience, man. I don't think we're like better than them, but we got the moves. Okay. Yo, Kashiwagi. We haven't talked to her since she was introduced, man. What's going on with that? Jeez, she's scary as hell.
楽しいおしゃべりはそこまでだ。とにかく中隊の戦力状況は喜ばしいことだ。まだ詳細は言えないが、近々大規模な作戦が展開される予定。
Hey, I know what that is. They don't, I guess. I knew it.
その作戦に間に合わせる意味でも、部隊連携や艦軸訓練は効率的に行いたい。
Need to synergize.
よって本日の模擬戦は新入りをより早く機体に慣れさせることもそうだが、我々も94式の優秀性を再確認するには絶好の機会である。普段当たり前だと思っている軌道が貴様たちの腕なのか、それとも機体性能のおかげなのかを認識するんだ。機体の性能が高いに越したことはない。だが最後は腕がものを言う。
True.
腕とは
True.
操縦技能と柔軟な発想により機体性能を十二分に引き出す能力を指す。昨日の実習データを見ればわかるが、高性能機に乗り換えた新人どもの伸び幅が専任のそれに肉薄している。この事実からも専任どもがこのタイミングで機動特性の異なる機体に登場しておく意義は大きい。わかったな。了解。
Be a good challenge for them for sure. Also, don't they? There's like 7 of them. There's only 5 of us, right? Or 6? Wait, count. 6 v 7, unless one of them's standing down. Wait, never mind. It's 6 v 6. Yeah, I forgot. One of them can't pilot. Okay, it's equal.
確かに激震は基本設計こそ第一世代の旧式機だが、
Okay, they're running on the new TAT.
最新型のブロック215、つま
I
り XM3 搭載機だ。
I kind of expected that though. I feel like not giving them the new OS would be a little bit too much of a nerf. This at least makes it kind of like equal, I think.
舐めてかかると痛い目に遭うぞ。いいな。了解。編成を発表する。アルファ隊、早瀬以下、宗方、鎧、白金、
Oh, it's
綾峰、
mixed.
三剣。コマンドポストは鈴宮注意。
Oh, that's funny. We're on Hayase's team, so she can't even fight us. So we got Munakata. I think that's the dark green haired girl. Yoroi, Ayamne, Mitsurugi. Okay. That's a lot. So the other team has Tama and Chizuru with Captain. I guess they would split the Captain and the first Vanguard. That might be like 2 stacked. Well, looks like I won't have to worry about being singled out by Lieutenant Hayase this time. And is Chizuru and Suzumiya together? That's cool. Wait, she wouldn't like shoot a teammate in the back, would she? Kashawagi. That's Pietith. Okay. I mean, their team looks pretty good too. First Lieutenant Pietith, she's Yuto Sensei's personal secretary, right? Have you even seen her? Maybe we have. Is she like blonde or something? I have like a image of her, kinda. So she can do battle logistics too. Well, I guess that made sense given that she works in the command center.
今回はより実戦に近い状況を想定するため
I don't know what Jives is. Jives? So does Tataru, apparently.
ジャイブスとは戦術機の各種センサーとデータリンクを利用し実戦と同じ損害判定を可能とした
Okay, just makes it more realistic.
簡単に言えば実機を動かしながらシミュレーター演習をするようなものだがシステムが
Okay, so it's like...
並走と損害に関わる情報だ
Even though we're using like paintballs and stuff, if you get like shot too much in the arm won't work properly, is what they're basically saying, I think.
例えば砲弾消費による重量変化、障害物の有無、障害物の強度と破壊、着弾や破片による被害判定及び損害箇所など、攻撃によるあらゆる物理現象がシミュレートされる。その際はシミュレーター同様、着弾や誘導弾の爆発などの衝撃も強化装備からのフィードバックによって再現されるわけだ。
Basically.
当然火器だけではなく、超等で毛先切りにされれば、センサーの起動から被害箇所とダメージが即座に判定されるぞ。
Did they just use like a rubber blade or something when for training?
したがってペイント弾での演習のように障害物に身を隠し続ける策は
So it's not paintballs, but it's obviously something that doesn't do real damage. I guess that made sense with shrapnel and stuff. You can't really do that with paintballs.
大雑把で曖昧な結果は絶対に出ないシステムなんだ。断っておくが、これは非常に高価なおもちゃだ。壊したらただじゃ置かないからな。
You will try. I get it now. The only reason actual combat units don't use the simulators all that often is because they use this instead.
演習の開始予定は1330。場所は第2演習場東。
So we got 4 more hours. That's plenty of time to come up with a game plan.
整備作業の遅延により開始時間の変更がある場合は事前に。
Alright.
以上。
Well, I don't think Tom was on a sniper, right? If she's still using the stuff she had at in the Hive mission or Hive simulation, so that's kind of good. At least. I don't think she had a sniper in the Hive. Oh wait, they have the dark green haired girl. So we have the other one. Suzumiya, what is it? Come on, quit giving me the stink eye. She's determined, man. So she's chasing after Hayase, and we've got Hayase's attention, so makes sense. Damn, she's pretty intimidating in this world. Roger. I mean, the teams are interesting. Because we have 3 Vanguards, so we have a lot of like melee, like in your face units, so we might go for more of a rush them down tactic if possible. Also, they got Rio Ramune, or is that also synthetic? She's ready for the beef, man. Hey. And she's gone. Sheesh, I don't get why she's in such a rush. We got plenty of time. Well, whatever. I gotta focus on Riton right now. This might be my only chance. I went out of my way to stop Ayamne from going to get our drinks so that I can get away from the pad and talk to Maya. Can't let this time go to waste. Hey Maya, what are we retoning about though? How good is our squadron in terms of combat, I mean? Like how good is everyone else? Well, I mean, I still haven't done any mock battles with the rest of them, you know, so I don't know what our teammates' strengths and weaknesses are. I was hoping you could give me the rundown based on your impressions from the training with them in the Fubukis. Yeah, no surprise there. Yeah, I did hear that. obviously, I think they're talking about like the four of them that aren't Kashiwagi and Suzumiya, since they're relatively new to the group. That's what I thought it would have been, but they're, I guess, evening it out a bit. Damn, coming from you, that sounds all the more intimidating. Ooh. Okay, that's a little discouraging. I mean, I guess she's on our team, so that's good, but still. You're kidding, right? Not a single hit. Not a single hit is crazy. I could tell Lieutenant Hayase was pretty talented from yesterday's simulator training, but I never would have guessed that she was that much better than Meiya or Ayamne. Do you think it would have been different if you had Shirnu's instead of Fubuki's? I mean, there is a big difference though. They weren't fighting on even playing ground. Oh yeah? Gotta catch up, especially when you two look so similar. That's the spirit. Makes sense. They're just really good at it, but they're not like, they don't have any crazy moves like us. Heh, I'll take that as a compliment. Ooh. Okay, really confident. Yeah, I know we can do it. No doubt about that. I gotta keep that mentality going. I don't want to be held back by my emotions anymore. Though, we really can't let Lieutenant Hayase hear us talking like this. No snooping. Hmm? Matoto jump scare. What the hell, Matoto? Don't scare me like that. Sheesh. I mean, there's no real point in me taking part in a strategy meeting if I don't know the first thing about them. Come on, help me out here. Tell me everything you can about the Bravo team members. I don't care what. That's the green-haired girl. Calm and composed. Huh, sounds like my impression was pretty spot on. Her soft disposition definitely made her seem like the most mature one of the bunch. Sniper! What the heck? They stacked the snipers on one team? I guess that made sense. Stacking like the upfront Vanguard type people and stacking the snipers. I feel like snipers usually win that. I guess it's just a race to see if the Vanguard can rush to the snipers before they eventually pick us all off. Even if we could, I doubt she'd be a pushover in close quarters either. True, but you still want to get her in that position. What about Kashiwagi? She's an impact guard, right? What? What the heck? She's a sniper too? Actually stacking the snipers. Made sense, man. She was probably hitting those 3-point shots on the court back in our world. Well, that's more of a testament to Tama's skill than anything. I mean, she shot down a freaking HSST in the previous timeline. It wouldn't be fair to hold Kashiwagi to those standards. True, true. Maybe they did have snipers then in the hive. I just thought they didn't mention it.
条件としてはかなり厳しいぞ。
Yeah, good point. That could definitely pose a problem. We all specialize in mid-range and close quarters combat, but this was on purpose, right? It's good training for both, because obviously the snipers want to like play carefully and don't get rushed, so it's good for them training to try to keep us away, and kind of vice versa for us. Get in close. I remember having to deal with a similar scenario back in the training academy too. Do they put us in these kinds of situations on purpose? I would imagine so. In the previous timeline, we won the mock battle through sheer force of will, while in this one, it was all thanks to the new OS, but now we're going head to head with actual commissioned soldiers. Luckily, we have more Shiranui on our side, but with 2nd Lieutenant Kazuma and Kashawagi on the other team, who knows if we'll even get close to them. I'm starting to feel like we're boned here, so how does the captain stack up? Pretty sure I already know the answer to this one. Yeah, I assumed. Kind of like Cheezer, actually. It's kind of funny they're both together. They're like more of the well-rounded fighters, not specializing in like anything. Yep. Damn it, those jack of all trade types are always the most annoying to deal with. Yeah, so they're probably gonna do like the 3 backline snipers, and Chizuru and Izumi is gonna try to stall us as much as they can. Obviously, it's a little hard because I'm just on a call. I feel like Hayase is gonna want to like Zerd rush them, just go hard and fast, but we'll see. I'm just guessing. She's a really hard worker, a perfectionist even. I bet she's been obsessively polishing her skills for years. Yeah. See, I thought that. That's what I thought. They already seem kind of similar. That's how I viewed Sataki anyway. She's like our true all-arounder. Kind of like Makoto, but a little more balanced. Yeah, I can see that. It's not really a fair comparison right now, of course. They both approach things from a pretty logical perspective, but the captain's better at keeping an open mind and staying cool under pressure. When perfectionists like that learn how to deal with adversity, it makes them way more formidable. And in that respect, I think the captain's probably a bit more savvy than class rep is at that moment. Yeah, I mean, that also just comes from experience, since she's like so experienced. You really need that like battle experience to really harden your mental, which Chizuru just doesn't have enough at this point. I can't imagine she'd have lasted very long as Yuto-sensei's subordinate otherwise. Alright, what about Suzumiya? Oh, I forgot that Suzumiya. Yeah, she's the close quarter one. Yeah, of course, it's V6. So that'll probably hamper our offense a bit if we rush. Yeah, I remember Lieutenant Hayase mentioning that she tends to be pretty reckless. But that's also because she idolizes Lieutenant Hayase so much and feels like she needs to work twice as hard to succeed where her older sister failed. Huh? Yeah, I remember. Just over the course of the coup d'etat in the XM3 trial, Unit A01 suffered 2 deaths and lost another member due to serious injuries. Yeah, from their rookie group. That's why there's only Kashawagi and Suzumiya left. Huh? It makes sense. The rookies would fall. Oh god, I had no idea. She's definitely got a lot on her shoulders. Sergeant Jinduji's death must be weighing on her too, and yet she still tries to hide it all behind that bubbly facade.
特性的にはストームヴァンガード向きのスズミヤがガンスイーパーに置かれているのはそのあたりを大尉が懸念しているからであろうな。
Though if you really think about it, Suzumiya is not the only one who's struggling with that guilt. I guarantee me and the others are too. They must have been informed that their old squad mates from 207A died in battle shortly after I left for the other world, while they still were reeling from what happened to the sergeant. On top of that, class rep's dad died. Mikoto still has no clue where Chief Hiroi is. Even Ayamne lost someone very close to her, whether he was actually her ex-lover or not. God, I've been such a baby. I'm so ashamed I can't believe it took me so long to even realize this. You guys really are incredible. I want to hold myself up to those same standards. So I'll never voice my problems off on someone else ever again, I promise. I'll force myself to act bright and cheerful, even if my real emotions are as plain as day. If I can't even do that much, I have no right to call myself a surface pilot.
だから茜さん、メイヤさんやケイさんに露骨にライバル意識向けてるもんね。
Ooh, interesting. So it's not just me she has it out for.
結構はっきり口に出す人だからね、茜さんって。
だがスズミヤの言葉には邪気がないゆえこちらも張り合いがあるというものだ。
Yeah, for sure. She never sounds straight up antagonizing or anything.
でも今日のブリーフィング中はずっとタケルを睨んでたね。
She noticed it too. Huh? Nah, you must have been seeing things. Totally. That being said, the last thing she said to me before walking away did sound like a bit more than a friendly challenge. Maybe she's just intense about this stuff. I can definitely understand that given what happened to her sister, and the fact that she's probably seen her share of bloodshed.
ストームヴァンガード1である早瀬中尉がタケルを強く意識しているのだ。B 小隊入りを望んでいるスズミヤにとってそれは面白くなかろう。
そうか。早瀬中尉にも目をつけられているし、タケルは人気者だね。
Not in that way, Makoto. You're joking, right? Either that or you just weren't listening. Thanks, guys. I feel like I've got a good idea of what we're up against now. How about our team?
宗像中尉は
Munakata.
いいよね。
Koto's a fan. She does seem kind of cool. She seems... I know Taku said, I don't remember her name. Green-haired girl is the most mature one, but she... Munakata gives, like, mature vibes from the little we've seen of her. What?
中性的っていうか美少年的っていうか憧れちゃうよね。
I mean, it's kind of like what you're going on, Makoto. The tomboyish vibes. Or that's not exactly what I was asking. Though I'm glad Makoto found someone to admire. Since we're Sumika pilled, might as well. I can definitely see how she might be popular with the ladies. Wait, didn't she say she was down for anything as long as it feels good? I know the UN is pretty chill with sexual conduct among all frontline soldiers, since it helps boost morale and all, but are they liberal about gender too? I feel like if the world's in like a post... It's not like an apocalypse, but if it's like in such a fucked up state, I doubt people would really care about small things like that. If she's saying anything goes, then maybe she actually is into some adventurous stuff. I still have a hard time telling whether she's joking or not a lot of the time. I mean, what she said to Lieutenant Hayase earlier was obviously teasing, but I feel like she likes to play devil advocate sometimes. She's a debater, a shit stirrer.
男の子っぽくってかっこいいんだけど、何考えてるかわ
Dark.
からない人ではあるかな。
She's dark. Says the queen of incoherent trains of thought.
確かにひょうひょうとしてはいるがガンインターセプターレフトを任されている我が部隊
Third in command.
実力も相当だぞ。
That's good. So we have second and third in command. Yeah, I wouldn't want to overlook that. I did catch myself thinking that Lieutenant Munakata might be a better commanding a unit than Lieutenant Hayase. But I didn't see Hayase turning down a promotion like that anyway, just because she likes being a Storm Vanguard so much. So they really do just make Ramune still? It's kind of based.
おばあちゃん遅いよ。
Well, she was freshly grinding the synthetic coffee beans, man. Give her time to cook. What the heck said Gussie?
文句があるなら来いっておばちゃんが言ってますって伝えたら何も言われなかったよ。
I'm pretty sure that's not quite what she told you to say. Little embarrassing stories? That's always nice. I don't want to die just yet, thanks. Everyone's giving us the stink eye, man. Oh crap. I've got the bowls in the teapots, you get the rest. Later.
皆さん聞いてください。
あのさ、そんなに深く話さなくても大丈夫でしょ。ここにはタイたちいないん
It's
だから。
alright, it was kinda cute.
そうね。じゃあ作戦立案会議を始めましょうか。
Okay. You know, for as serious as First Lieutenant Suzumiya gets when she's doing battle logistics, she sure is soft-spoken most of the time.
じゃあまずはじめに新入りたちの策を聞こうじゃない。誰からでもいい。
え、僕たちからですか？注意。
Who else?
そうよ。タイも言ってたけど、これは新入りたちの完熟が主な目的。主役はあんたたちじゃない。張り切ってどうぞ。
I still think we gotta rush, but maybe that's dumb. I don't know, we have 4 people specializing in like close combat. I feel like we just gotta rush, break through their front line and just get to the snipers as fast as possible before they just start picking us off.
まずアルファ隊の戦力か
A
ら判断すると
standoff.
スタンドオフ戦術を取ることは確実です。こちらの部隊戦力では勝つためには攻撃に出るしかないと考えられますので。
She's right about that. Since they can easily pick us off from afar, we gotta find a way to get in close, yeah. That's our win con. 3 snipers, it's crazy.
最高峰に風間少尉、その左右手前に柏木少尉と玉瀬少尉。
Yeah. Those are the snipers. Okay, we got some mapping going on.
柏木少尉と玉瀬少尉の前にそれぞれ鈴宮少尉と榊少尉。
Suzumiya in front of Tama, class weapon in front of Kashiwagi. Yep, that's a pretty solid plan. I feel like since Suzumiya like is a specialist in close combat, I thought she would like take the lead in the middle, but I guess that's going to the captain.
なるほど。こちらの機動力に付き合わないってことか。教科書通りの防御的布陣で。
Yeah, they're gonna play defensive. There's no reason not to for them. Actually, yeah, that really is straight out of a textbook. It'd be surprising if they came at us with something so predictable. It is predictable, but it just plays to their strengths, right? I mean, they could try to do something to surprise us, but sometimes just having 3 snipers goes crazy.
それなんですが、短期遊撃で僕を潰しに来るのか、狙撃手の直縁かで迷います。
They could go a little offensive by sending like 1 really skilled pilot just to like bully our backline a bit.
で、結局どっちなのよ。
In a formation like this, I get the feeling that Captain would choose to support Lieutenant Kazuma. If it were Lieutenant Hayase we were talking about, she'd definitely go in for an ambush. But a perfectionist like the captain would probably want to maintain a flawless formation that if she went with a defense like this. I agree. I agree with his assumption. And even if it's obvious, like it's textbook for a reason, because that shit works, you know?
そうですね。やはり迂回を警戒して風間少尉の後ろです。
That could work too, I guess. It kind of works the same as putting her up here, but if they do like manage, because I assume, I'm just gonna assume we're gonna have our 4 vanguards that kind of rush, and if these 2 can only hold off 2 and we get like 2 down the middle, then it still kind of works, because then she can just pop up here while Cosmo tries to snipe us down. So it's a little safer if we do somehow make like a roundabout way to the back line, have some protection, I guess. Oh, so she'd harden up their defense, huh? So Kazuma's down to be shooting missiles, so she's not sniping, she's the missiler, the missile sniper.
その通りです。
I guess that's why she's in the middle, right? More room. While the other ones are trying to pit people off on angles. I don't think this is happening. I don't think they're gonna push. That's like more of an aggressive thing. Okay.
石膏が交戦し、位置を特定し、その上で長距離攻撃という連携を考えます。敵の第一目標は鎧、第二目標は早瀬注意、
You're right
第三目
first.
標は宗方注意です。鎧とは逆に交戦。
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's interesting too, for sure. I think I'm leaning more towards a defensive plan, but hey, why not? Could work. Could say that again, but it's just like Ayamne. I just feel like since we're so good in close combat, like I feel like we just have the edge there. And obviously they're relying a lot on their snipers, but I feel like it gets messy a little bit. Plus, Kazuma's running missiles, right? Which can like it'll be hard to support the front line if they do it like that. Alright, what's she cooking? About the priority targets. Why am I Kodo though?
ですが、戦域が市街地ということを考えると、玉瀬、柏木の狙撃特性を活かせるポイントは限られます。故にこの2機はおとりとして全面配備。振動、音源で大まかな位置をつかむと同時に遠距離から威嚇攻撃を開始。
This is the total war strategy where you put your archers in front, and when the enemy gets close, you bring them back and let the melee go up. I mean, that's smart. It's a little risky, but we don't really have any snipers, so I don't think there's much counterplay. And once they see us coming, they can probably retreat and let the frontliners take place while they reposition. This one's actually pretty cool. I think this is a good answer to like if they want to be more aggressive without trying to like meet us like in melee range, which I think they would just lose. So maybe it's tricking, man. I like this already. Oh.
風間少尉によるメイン圧を加え、こちらのストームヴァンガードの数を減じた後は優先順に目標をしらみつぶしにすると考えます。
Okay. I like this formation actually.
なるほどね。
So they'll use their own snipers as bait, then have Lieutenant Kazuma start picking them off. Yeah, another valid plan too. I still think though that at some point the snipers would probably start to back off though. Even if they are bait, you don't want to just sacrifice them. I feel like Mitsurugi is a little more realistic. But yeah, you need that aggressive nature to be in the Storm Vanguards, right? Ooh, what a read I took up. Ooh. There's no point in strategizing, guys. Let's just roll it. If I had to choose, I think it's two. I know we're a Storm Bandit and we believe in offense, but I just think with their team comp, they will literally just win if they can protect their snipers in the back line, right? Like that's the whole point of like a sniper comp. You just want to let them pit people off, slowly pit them off, and have your defense like keep our front line away for as long as possible. So like if I was like I'm no military man obviously, but if I had to choose one, I think a tough defensive formation would probably be a bit better, in my opinion though. But I can see like Maya's does sound kind of nice, but I don't think I'd even risk it. I think I just want some solid sniper positions and a solid like wall. And like as we approach, obviously we're gonna get hit with some sniper fire, and then the wall's gonna try to block us off for as long as possible to let Tama and the others cook. Tough defensive formation. There we go. That's my honest opinion. First, the captain's going to spearhead the recon. Behind her, Satake and Suzumiya. Behind her will be Satake and Suzumiya, way out to defend the flanks. Kashiwagi and Tamase will be behind them, closer to the middle, with Lieutenant Kazuma centered in the rear. I still agree with that, right? She's the missiler. She should be in the middle. Hey, we can call it. We can call it when the battle starts. We'll see who's right. I just think it seems like there's less risk to it, and I don't think like they lose too much from not doing the snipers out first. So yeah, I do agree with Mei and Ayame that we have no choice but to go on the offense. If we end up fighting a defensive battle, we'll just keep butting our heads with the recon units while they pick us off one by one from long range. Whatever we do, we'll have to keep moving. As long as we do that, they'll be able to approximate our positions via their seismic and sonic sensors. That way, they'll have no reason to abandon their low-risk defensive positions and run the offense. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you can't go on a defensive shooting battle with 3 snipers. That would never work. Not even in just like modern warfare, right? Thank you. Beat their asses and claim supremacy? True, that too. Hive. And protecting the 00 unit, which is part of the Hive mission. It's so we can protect the 00 unit, right? But I can't say that yet. Is she about to drop that bomb on us? Oh, that's just a general mission statement. Okay, yeah, I didn't think they knew. Good thing we didn't say it. Dropping the secret, you know? Oh, that's what she meant. She wasn't talking about the 00 unit at all. I mean, it was obviously purposeful for this whole defensive versus offensive team. Well, the main point of the exercise is to give us a feel for how the Shiranuis handle, but if that were the only reason, she would have balanced the teams out more equally. Maybe it's like what Sergeant Jinduji did with Class Rep and Ayame, and she's trying to improve my relationship with Lieutenant Hayase or help Suzumiya come to terms with things. Nah, that can't be it. The captain will let our personal problems affect our training. We're thinking. I don't actually know what they're gonna say. I don't know.
に大きい声出すからびっくりしちゃって。
She's not scared. Man, she's so adorable, man. Please don't kill her. I'm actually scared for literally every person's well-being except for our old squad mates. I feel like they can literally all die in a mission. Our old squad mates, I'd be really surprised if they killed off one of the heroines. But these guys feel like they're on the chopping block, man. But she's probably a bit more safe since she's more in the background. Man, First Lieutenant Suzumiya is so cute.
白金、我々が戦うブラボー隊最大の戦術的特徴を言ってみろ。
Yeah, long range battle. I mean, this is what I said, right? It's to help, like, you know, they're good at long range battles, but they need to practice against people who will try to rush them for close range and vice versa. We're good in close range battles, but we need to watch out for the long range laser beta.
同じくアルファ隊は
We're better in close quarters, so probably a brute force offensive.
その通り。つまりアルファ隊にとってこの模擬戦は背部突撃前、つまりレーザー級の存在が想定される状況なんだ。
Yeah, I got that. I got that. That's literally what I said.
同じく背部突撃前、デストロイヤー級が存在する戦いを想定した模擬戦なんだ。
It simulates like the hardest fights each squadron would have against the beta. Gotcha, so that's why we were split up like this. They're trying to get us used to those kind of situations. That must be why they did it to us when we were cadets, too. So it wasn't just to force Ayamine and class up to start getting along then. Yeah, I didn't really notice that in the cadet battles, to be honest. But it made sense. Well, to be fair, we didn't really know the beta types back then, so I didn't know like all the classifications and, you know, the laser guys and the melee fighters.
人間相手の模擬戦でいくら優秀な戦績を上げようが、実戦では全く当てにならない。ベータの思考は人間とは全く違う。
Ah. So they're saying actually the fourth option was right from the choices, because it really doesn't matter if this is just for beta practice, because they're not going to have formations at all. But I still want to win, you know? I think it's so important to discuss formations in this battle if you want to get that dub. Right, I totally forgot. They told me I got commissioned in the previous timeline. Actually, I remember thinking about it during the XM3 trials too.
この設定であんたたちに完熟をやらせるの。そしてどんな状況変化にも対処できる連携を学ぶのよ。
So it's basically the same reason we do simulated hive infiltrations. Man, I was totally missing the force for the trees here.
人類を守るとか地球を守るとか遠くの大きな目標を見据えるのは大変結構だけど、足元もちゃんと見ることね。
訓練だけじゃなくて個別の目的や要求を明確に意識しないと何をやっても時間の無駄になるから気をつけてね。
Sure.
はい。
Yes, ma'am. They're absolutely right. I've been too focused on the big picture to focus on any of the comparatively minor details.
さて、意識の統一もできたところで連携の確認よ。こっちの配置考えるわよ。はい。
Ma'am.
言っておくけど、あんたたち負けたらどうなるか分かってるでしょうね。
I actually believe in ourselves. I think since we have like 4 melee specialized people, I feel like we can probably break through pretty fast. Like, I don't think they can hold us all back if we rush, even with the suppressive fire. So, but we'll see. Plus, we got the 2 back lines that aren't snipers, but they can help us like break the wall so we can get in. I feel like pretty fast. Huh?
でも注意、さっき人間相手に勝っても実戦では関係ないって。
What's like what I said? We still gotta win, bro. Competition.
勝っても負けても結果が同じなら勝つよ。その方が絶対いいの。
True. I agree. Winner mentality. I should have known Lieutenant Hayase would be like this, though I guess anyone who's stormed Vanguard 1 would probably want to be the alpha dog. She got the dog in her. Oh great, not you too.
敗北から教訓を導き出すことは容易であるがゆえに、人は往々にしてその行為で満足してしまうものだ。
Hey, come on, you don't want to lose to these guys, do you? Yeah, that hits a little too close to home.
実際にその教訓を生かすことは言われているほどたやすくはないぞ。
Yeah, she's got that right. I can attest to it firsthand.
だが、勝利から得るものはそれを謙虚に受け止めさえすれば、さらなる成功につなげやすいものだ。
三剣、あんたなかなかいいこと言うわね。気に入ったわ。
ありがとうございます。
Me, I don't think Lieutenant Hayase is the kind of person you want to be buddying up with.
シロがね、聞こえたわよ。
Yep.
あんたはそうね。単独接行決定。
No. Wait, we're dead. Wait, what? All by myself? Actually, I know that sounds crazy, but we do have some crazy movement, so we might actually survive that, low-key. She's setting me up to be the bait. Not my synthetic state. But they got snipers lined up against us. And Suzumiya's down to be gunning for me, too. I'm screwed. Huh? What the heck? I'm getting bullied. For no reason. I didn't say any of that. No, what the hell? I never said that. What's this shit's problem? She's setting me up, man. What are you talking about, Lieutenant Munakata? That's... What the hell is she going on about? I don't wanna. I mean, maybe. Believe in yourself, Tataru. I believe. 3. Wait, I'm gonna die. Lieutenant Kazuma's almost definitely gonna be at the heart of their formation. How the hell am I supposed to take her out and be the only recon unit? That's flat out impossible. Huh? No, I can't let her say any more. Synthetic or no, food is one of the only pleasures I've got left in this world. Very well. I, Second Lieutenant Shiro Dane, will conduct recon duty solo and also neutralize Lieutenant Kazuma. Okay. I guess we'll do it. Shut up. This is all your fault. Little trolling. I like her now. She seems like a cool gal. It's gonna be a rough battle. We don't even know what we're doing. The offspring talked about our formation. Well, I couldn't take Lieutenant Kazuma down. I was kind of looking forward to eating. You lost in the battlefield of ideas. Unlucky. We're usually pretty bad at debates, or Tataru is, I've noticed throughout the series. Wait! I'm stupid! I thought they were talking about Munakata! I thought we were talking about like having a discussion to talk out of this, but this is post-simulation? Wait, I was so confused. Oh my, they did it again, man. They're not showing us the battles? So we lost? That's tragic. Wait, I was confused. I thought we just like lost an argument with Munakata or something, but I just forgot her name. So we failed. We didn't take Kazuma down. She was the bait. What? And we all fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. So snipers were frontline? Kind of like what Maya said, and Kazuma was just bait.
接敵するや即交代して誘い込み、左右からの狙撃で足止めしている間に交代した風巻が面制圧。
Yeah, so we got owned. Well,
見事な連携であったな。みんなよくあの波状攻撃で生き残ったね。離れて見てた僕が生きた心地しなかったからね。
市街戦だから遮蔽物も多い。ミサイルはこっちをあぶり出すための威嚇だから。
exactly. If we got distracted trying to dodge around those, they would have shot us full of holes in an instant.
でも鈴宮機と柏木機を撃墜したし、こっちは損害なしだから、早瀬注意も多めに見てくれるんじゃないかな。
Nice, nice.
それは無理。
Nah, we're screwed, but good job for that part at least. Taking Kashiwagi down? We all know that's not an easy task.
え、そうかな。タケルが落としたのは鈴宮機だ。柏木機を落としたのは早瀬注意だ。
And we're the one who took down Suzumiya. That's gonna deepen our relationship for sure. Probably gonna get double stink-eyed next time we meet. Yep, and since we couldn't take out any of the TSFs meant to represent the laser and heavy laser classes, none of that matters.
対レーザー級戦を想定した演習である以上、こたびは私たちの敗北であろうからな。そうか。じゃあ、タケルのご飯の運命はこの後の演習評価の時間ではっきりするね。
Please stop, you're only making my stomach grumble more.
普通であれば、あれは奮起させるための冗談であろうから気にするなと言ってやりたいところなのだが。
Yeah, this is Lieutenant Hayase we're talking about.
多分本気。
Come on, you guys, knock it off.
じゃあさ、感想聞かせてよ。
If you're talking to me, I don't know, because they off-screened it again. I can't believe they done this. Huh? Thoughts on what?
タケルはさ、シミュレーターも一度しかやってないし、吹雪と白縫いの差をストレートに感じたんじゃない？
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
僕としては207小隊最高の戦術機乗りであるタケルの意見にはとても興味あるんだ。
I mean, I'm not sure what you want to know.
僕たちはシミュレーターで感覚的に慣れちゃってからの登場で、しかもまだ機体は借り物だからね。あ、なるほど。
Oops.
そういう意味では確かに興味があるな。
Okay then. Well, for starters, maybe this is something I didn't notice yesterday because it was my first hive infiltration exercise and I was jacked up on adrenaline. But there's definitely a huge difference in horsepower. That engine must generate some serious torque.
そうだね。機体挙動のつながり方に違和感が全くないよ。
私も超等の切り返しの反応には驚いた。型した重量に対する出力比が相当上がっているのであろうな。
You know, in retrospect, we almost had to take on the rebels, Shiranuis, and our Fubukis, didn't we? Oh, that's a horrifying thought. If we didn't have the new OS back then, we might not have made it out alive. Also, its CNI system is vastly superior to the Fubukis, which made sense because I doubt you'd want to start a cadet on something this complicated.
確かに通信、広報、識別能力の差は驚くよね。僕はブラストガードだから特にそう感じるよ。
Oh yeah, I can imagine. For someone who has to operate at long range, it must be a godsend being able to track multiple enemies, distinguish friendlies from hostiles, evaluate threat levels, and so forth.
あとは他に何か感じなかった？
Anything else? You know, you think it'd be a bad thing for a third generation training TSF to be vastly different from one of its combat model counterparts.
違和感とかそういうのはない？
I mean, no, but that's a good thing. Actually, not to change the subject, but did you guys notice how insanely good Lieutenant Kazuma and the captain were in those Geki shins? Even with the XM3 installed, that was nuts. Lieutenant Hayase and Munakata were pretty great in them too. Even with the handicap, they didn't miss a beat out of them. Those guys are on a completely different level from the teams we were participating in the XM3 trials. The Jettishin's design is antiquated at this point, so you'd think there'd be a limit to how much it can do even if you install modern equipment on it. But these guys were moving with no problems whatsoever. It just goes to show how familiar they are with the new OS, I guess. It definitely feels rewarding to think that XM3 is going to improve the capabilities of all surface pilots around the world, regardless of what they're piloting.
ハイたちだって激震には乗ったことなかったんでしょ？うん、座学で聞いた限り A01 部隊は最初から白縫いを装備していたはずだ。
さすがだね。
No kidding, I mean, I know you guys were using unfamiliar TSFs too, but they were practically running rings around you in those old things.
なんだよもう。タケルは自分の機体だからデータも何もかも万全で良かったのかもしれないけどさ。
Oh, I get it. So you were worried about damaging your superior's TSF, is that it? That's unusually considerate of you.
確かに演習前はそうだったけど、そんなんじゃないよ。
And what is it?
だからさっき聞いたじゃないか。
Refresh my memory.
僕は今日初めて実機に乗ってかなりシミュレーターと違うなって思ったんだよ。後半は慣れたけどさ。
Sure, you're not imagining things. Sure, maybe the simulators aren't perfect, but it would have made sense for them not to feel like the real thing. Otherwise, there'd be no point in training with them.
タケル、実は私もだ。シミュレーターと実機の挙動の差に慣れるのに多少時間がかかった。
Huh? And what about you, Ayamne?
そうだね。機体側の起動データにちょっと振り回された。
Maya, and you were in Lieutenant Hayase's TSF, right? And Ayamne was in Lieutenant Munakata's.
そうだ。
Our Fubukis used the proof of concept OS, so some of these guys' data must still be backed up on their old machines. And of course, the TSFs were borrowing, must have retrained some of their pilots' data as well. They probably got a little weird quirks, sort of like heavily customized cars. Is that what the issue is here? I mean, I guess it made sense. I don't know. Was Maya having to butt heads with all the data that Lieutenant Hayase accumulated out in the field? And maybe Ayamne was struggling because Lieutenant Munakata's combat data is uniquely tailored to the gun interceptor position? No, the data link's supposed to synchronize all of our attitude control data, so it shouldn't have felt that different from the simulators. Maybe there's a bug in the system? Well, definitely want to get that flattened out if that's the case, before the mission.
訓練学校でシミュレーターから実機教習に移った際には感じなかった違和感ゆえ気にはなる。うん、タケルの OS に変えた時の違和感となんとなく似た感じだったよね。
でもすぐ慣れた。問題ないよ。
Wait, that's it. God, so simple.
何が分かったのだ。
It didn't feel strange to me because I never trained with A01 in my Fubuki.
え、どういうこと？
Well, I went straight to the Shiranui with all my old data already installed onto it, right? And as soon as I hopped in the cockpit, it immediately imported and applied all our attitude control data. That's why it just felt like the simulator.
私たちの吹雪にもデータ自体はあったが、機体の基本性能の差でそれを再現できなかったということか。
それは変だね。
Okay.
だったらシミュレーターだけじゃなく実機でも再現できなきゃおかしい。
そうだよ。だってデータ自体は強化装備側で持ってるんじゃないか。
Hold on, just let me finish. You remember how we used to call XM3 the new OS during its proof of concept phase, right?
うん、そうだね。
The XM3 is the official name for the mass-produced version, so think of it this way. Our Fubukis were still running on a prototype OS. But the captain and the others were using a later prototype, one that was based on the data we'd already collected and designed to be mass-producible. I think that's what caused the problem, not the TSF, but the difference in the OS itself, yeah. So we were using a different build and they were just used to it.
OS のさ。
My Shirinui's control unit is brand new, so it's running on XM3. That's why it adapted so smoothly to my simulator data. Because the simulators were set to emulate XM32, which was understandably a lot more stable than any of the prototypes. While those simulators could easily import the data from our fortified suits, the sheer news you guys just used were still running a prototype OS. That's why it took a while to adjust to the transition. And the fact that you were switching to a less advanced OS while upgrading to a more advanced TSF definitely made it even worse. I doubt it. Yeah. I doubt it's just different in OS. Yeah, and time to think of it. That would also explain why the seniors had no trouble at all adapting to the deadly shins, which were already running on Etsum 3.
機体の性能が下がって OS の性能が上がるってことか。
なるほどね。
Oh, that's not me.
そういえば今朝副司令が私たちの管制ユニットの OS をバージョンアップするとおっしゃっていたな。
Oh yeah, you're right. Which means she'll probably be giving the rest of the squadron the latest version too.
じゃあ完熟訓練って機体だけじゃなく OS のマッチングも含んでのことだったのかな。
Probably now that you've adapted to their sheer newies, you should have no trouble transitioning to your own.
OS の全タイプのデータが揃ったから。
Bingo.
すごいよタケル。やっぱりわからないことは開発者に聞くのが一番いいね。
さすがだね。知ってるね。
Come on, Yuto-sensei was the one who did all the work, and besides I'm only guessing on this stuff. I mean, it made sense though.
でもやっぱりタケルに聞けてよかったよ。千鶴さんだ。私たちと同じような戸惑いを感じているやもしれんな。演習評価が終わったらみんなで PX に行こうよ。今日の訓練はもうないし。
Actually,
ちょっとあなたたち何やってるのよ。早く行かないと演習評価に遅れるわよ。
Alright, we're gonna end here though. We'll see who won the battle, though. I mean, since it was off-streamed. I have no idea, but it sounds like we just lost, so... I mean, they're really blue-balling us with everything off-screen so far, but I guess, you know... once we get to the real mission, we're gonna see all the action. But yeah, so I guess we lost. It made sense. I do feel like... I mean, I did just argue that we would have a good... We do have a good team comp to rush the bat, since we have a lot of offensive power, but I think in general, defense over offense, you know, it's like the siege thing, right? Like, if there's a castle you're sieging, you usually need, I think, double or triple the amount of men in an army to take it over, just because of the defensive buff, so it just wasn't enough. But next time, I think Bunny reveal, we'll see Tataru's masterpiece Bunny and see if it helps Sumika at all. But yeah, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next time on some more Muv Luv Alternative.